Welcome to the Untrapped podcast, where we're motivated and inspired about success, small business, and personal development. And now, Keith Kalfas.
When you're not making the profit you should make on a job to the point where you're scared and miserable doing it, it's incredibly abusive to your own psychology, and it trains you to be trapped in scarcity. And I call it's basically the doom loop, because now out of desperation, you might say yes to another job and then another job and realize over a few years you've built an entire clientele of low profit work. And then when you go to raise the prices, it's scary because you need the money, and then the customers actually start firing you. And then you realize that they were never loyal to you at all. They just wanted their property maintenance cheaply. And this isn't true in all cases, but what that does is then that discourages you. And so there can be a point where the dream of having your own business and having your own full-time business and growing an entire, upgrading your lifestyle even because this business now becomes a nightmare. And it feels like it was all a lie. Your hopes and dreams are now getting crushed on a daily basis. The money's not coming in like you hoped it would. And then you have to go home and face your family that you feel like they're coming down on you. And now you're a grown man looking in the mirror, falling into depression. And then when you're depressed, you get beat up for feeling depressed. And then you beat yourself up for being depressed. And then you beat yourself up for beating yourself up. And that's another doom loop. So running your own service business is an amazing opportunity to get multiple college degrees and master's degrees in the hard knock life. And what I encourage you to do is, if you can look at it all as a game, as it's separate from the jurisdiction of the peace in your household, your relationship with your creator, and with, like, you have to see it as data, and you can get very emotionally invested. But how can you pull all the strings off if your chest has like strings and buttons and anything can touch the button and you become emotionally reactive? Any outside stimulus of maybe a customer leading you on and then talking you down. I can go through 100 scenarios of this. I'm looking at the road, by the way. But I specifically, clearly, I still run my landscape business now. We're going into fall cleanups. We're doing ornamental tree trimmings. We're very busy. My media business is busy. But if I can look back in the times when I needed the money the most, it's when I was underquoting the most, or I thought I quoted a job correctly, and then something pops up that takes literally an extra 2 days. Now I got guys in the field, labor. I'm working too. And it's just sucking the profit out of the job, which makes me in the truck on the phone calling all the customers, apologizing, feeling horrible and that they're upset, because now I have to push the entire schedule back, which takes hours of phone calls, right? Hours of phone calls, pushing a schedule back. And then on top of that, now you're coming in the door stressed out. And you're late for family events. You're not present at the dinner table when you're supposed to be present with your family. And the stress keeps compounding and compounding and compounding and compounding and compounding and compounding and compounding to the point where eventually you'll snap. And when I mean by snap, usually it's an implosion in the form of some type of depression, right? I want to share something with you that's personal. I don't want to get too personal here. I'm very fortunate. This is going to sound weird. How do I say this? I don't know where I'd be without my wife. I'm not saying what you think I'm going to say. How do I say this? My wife is, first of all, the most beautiful, loving, caring, supportive woman I've ever dreamed of and known. But she's also the type of woman that she does not, this is a good thing. I'm a grown man. I can handle my own shit. But she's not the type of woman that tolerates weakness from me, from her husband. And this type of knowing that I can't come and be a victim and cry to my wife and have her comfort me and tell me everything is going to be okay, she has some deep intrinsic, probably biological nature, which is good, going on. That's like I don't want to get too deep into the weeds here, but basically it's created a pressure on me that's made me a high performance son of a gun. And I like that because, God, I don't want to make this about me, but do you have anybody in your life who can spot when you're going off the rails, or when you're stuck in your head, or where you're being too overly emotional? I'm an emotional person. I'm an empathic person. And I really, really aspire to, like the likes of like a Tommy Mello. We're doing our shop tour series right now. And, Tommy's 300 million a year, 43 locations, and 800 employees. In order to be that successful, I believe you have to be able to maintain, alpha states, which is a state of pure awareness and presence, where you let the moment inform you of what's required to do. You have clear ability to make crystal clear, quick decisions that are final, and the ability to be flexible, and the ability to, like my friend Kurt Kempton, we just left his house too in Arizona. We did a whole tour there. It's coming out soon on my YouTube channel. Get to see this. Is fire. I've never done anything like this before. This shop tour series. I'm interviewing some heavy hitters, and I'm extracting information from their brain and sharing it with you. It'll all be on my channel soon. If you're not subscribed right now, you have to subscribe and turn on notifications, because when this series comes out, you're going to love this. It's powerful. But Kurt said, we started talking about Joshua Latimer. Kurt's another founder of a multi-million-dollar business called Responsibid. Just hear me out. He's like, we were talking about Joshua Latimer. You're going to hear his name a lot. He said, Joshua Latimer, who's multimillionaire, he's owned and sold like 6 or 7 different businesses. He's coached over 1,000 business owners. He has this ability to discern the difference with other entrepreneurs when he coaches them. What is real versus what is imagined, right? And so, do you have an imagined problem in your head, or do you have a real problem? Because to go all the way back to what I was saying, if you're underquoting jobs and you're stuck in the doom loop and you're not crushing it hand over fist and making the money you want to make, and you're attracting the evidence that there's no money out here and employees don't want to work and it's tough, the more that you believe that is the more that it comes out in your behavior, and you act it out, and then you reinforce the pattern, like Dr. Joe Dispenza talks in his book, You Are the Placebo. Guys, if you need a sick website for your business, look no further than Durable.co. Durable's AI website platform builder will build you a website template in 30 seconds. So fast. You just type in your industry, for instance, build me a landscaping website. It uses the power of AI to generate an entire website with all the professional sections and everything. And now you've got the hardest part done. Now what you have to do is go in and fill in your pictures, your company info, your colors and fonts, and make the copy match your business. And you work on it. But it's the quickest way to build a website, and I'm really proud that we have a new sponsor, and I'm an ambassador of Durable.co, that they even gave me a discount that will save you 30% off your first 3 months. Go to Durable.co and sign up, build your website for your business. It's totally awesome. And in the checkout, there's a promo code. Put in promo code Keith30. Keith30 will save you 30% off your first 3 months. Build your durable website today. Super excited, and enjoy the show. You now created a self-fulfilling prophecy, but I always go back to, like Eminem said, how am I supposed to rap about shit positive when I don't see shit positive around me? Well, if you can hold a higher vibration in yourself and love yourself, and the only way I found to do this is to literally open my Bible and really cut the fat of negativity is not allowed in. And this goes back to your home life. This is deep. Just give me a second. I had to have words with somebody almost a few minutes before this video, very calmly say, hey, what you said was disrespectful, and we don't do that. I had to say that to somebody, and I said it very calmly, and it wasn't even stressful for me to tell them, because I realized if I just bring it to their attention, hey, please don't do that. I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't do that. Now they know where the boundary is, and if they do it again, I'll just call them and say, hey, I asked you last time, and please don't do that. We don't do that. That type of behavior causes chaos. We don't do that, right? And so it's taken me years to get to the point where I can just talk to people like that. If you have employees and you say, hey, on this property, the end goal, we're going to make it look fantastic. The customers are going to be so happy. They're going to give us a positive 5-star review. And I've got $100 bonus for both of you, like a $100 Amazon gift card or something. And if we get out of here by Friday, so we can start the next big job Monday, I got $250 each for everybody in the crew. $250 Amazon gift card or something, right? Or here's a gift card for $200. Take your family out to the whatever, some type of bonus or something. Or if they're getting off track and you're like, you catch them and you're like, hey, this is my fault. I probably didn't train you properly how to do this thing. Let's do this together so I can show you the proper way to do it so that end result turns out great. It's just like, it's communication. When a customer says, hey, can you come out and do this extra thing for me for free? Hey, Mrs. Jones, I love being out here and work. We love serving you and taking care of your property. But our contract says we're doing all of this for $3,500. And you don't even have to actually say all that. You can say, okay, do you want to add that on to the job? Okay, so yeah, so extra debris removal goes $120 per yard. It looks like you've got about 3. So about $350 we can remove all that stuff from behind the garage from you, all those branches and limbs or something. Does that sound right? You want me to go ahead and add this as a change order? It's just communication. It's just business. And so it's like, if a customer can feel your level of organization by the very way you market your business, the very way your website looks, the way your positive reviews are, the way you pick up the phone, and they feel a sense of tight organization, they could feel that there's some policy going on, that you take your business serious and your pricing reflects that, you're actually going to attract a lot more higher paying clients who take you more serious because they want to pay. There's a saying. Have you ever, if you think hiring a good contractor is expensive, try hiring a cheap one, because they might do a horrible job and mess something up. And then now they got to pay a good contractor to come in and fix the mess, and now they're going to pay double to fix it. I should have my buddy Steve DeHunt on my channel here. We just did an interview with him and a podcast. Put a link in the description below. He talks about all types of stuff like this, and this guy is a $7 million business. And the people that have multi-million-dollar businesses or even multiple 6-figure businesses, you don't get your business past $100K without really working your tail off. You don't get your business past $250K without learning some hard lessons and learning, hey, we can't allow this stuff to happen anymore because we'll never break through $150K into like, and you can't get your business past $350K unless you have some type of recurring billing or systematized way of the money coming in, or you're just doing bigger jobs. If you're doing luxury outdoor living spaces and putting in patios, you can blow past that, no problem, because you have higher ticket jobs. You also have way higher expenses as well. But we do primarily maintenance. But what I'm getting at is the fastest way to increase all this and get out of scarcity and stop undercharging and make more money and literally double your business in the next 12 months is proximity effect. It's to get around really successful entrepreneurs and service business owners who respectfully don't take crap from other people. They don't let other people push them around, and they're actually servants. They have a servant's heart and they just want to do a good job, but they have they understand the pillars of business: that production, sales, marketing, and administration. the 4 pillars of your business, and they have more clarity around it. I'm reading a book right now called The Clipper Ship Strategy. It's phenomenal. It talks about cones and sinkholes and economic booms and busts, and when money flows in and when money flows out. So the video I uploaded before this, I'll put it below. If you're frustrated in your business, it might not be you. With the economy, with the election and all that stuff, don't talk about anything political in my comments. This is not a political channel. But what I am saying is it can make people tense and people afraid to spend money. But there is one true thing. Wealthy people are always spending money. And if wealthy people have to stop spending money, they probably will just not go buy the luxury SUV next month. They'll wait a little while, or they'll just not go out to the steakhouse 4 times this month. They'll go out to the steakhouse twice this month. They might hold off on buying the $10,000 couch, and they'll still go buy the $10,000 couch because they have the money. They just cut back a bit on luxury spending, but they're definitely not going to get out there and climb their trees and trim their trees and start cutting their grass and pulling their weeds and putting in their own mulch. They will pay you handsomely and your crew handsomely to show up on time so they can cut a check to solve a problem over and over and over and over and over again and do their snow and put down the salt, and you can make gobs of money providing a very clear-cut, defined, professional, customer service-based 5-star agency. I love it. So let me know in the comments below if you have any thoughts on everything that I said. And I also want to know in the comments to do a quick survey. Do you have a website for your business yet? Yes or no, right? And if you do have a website, are you happy with your website? How important do you think it is? Do you think it is to have a professional website for your landscaping or lawn care or tree business? I want to know. And then also hit the subscribe button because my shop tour series is banging. We've got it all in editing right now. We've traveled the country and we're traveling more, and this is going to be fire. Hey, I hope you liked the show. And if you like the Untrapped podcast and you get value from it, can you please take a minute and go over to Spotify and leave it a well-worded positive 5-star review? It helps boost the rankings on Spotify so the show can get to more people. Therefore, these messages can get out to more people and inspire more people so then they can go out and start their small businesses and crush it and get to the next level. It's a huge deal. All right, I'll see you in the next show.